Hello, everybody. Today I'll be talking about how the R46 subway trains can get more popularity. One way to have the R46 popularity go up is to have it on different lines. So you see, the R46 is currently on the A, C, N, Q, and W lines. MTA thinks like, oh, we're gonna send out a Diamond Q, an R46 Diamond Q, but that's not the case at all. People already know what the R46 look like. They're just basically the same train that the R train used to use, but different words. So, for an example, the W train, the R46 W train, is an R46R train because the R46R train has been using, well, the R train has been using the R46 way before the NQRW. When the W train came out, they were using the R160 cars. So was the N and Q train. Some N and Q trains have R68 cars, but most of the cars that they used was R160 back then before the R46R train stopped running, and they switched the trains into R160. Now, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong. In my opinion, in order to get more fan railers to pay attention to the R46 is basically wrapping it, for example. So like half wrapped R46, basically the R179s have wrap, R211s kind of have a wrap, not really, but it still counts as a wrap. R160 has wrap, R143 has wraps, and R160 Seaman has wraps. So people will pay attention to the R46 if it had a wrap. Before another popularity to give the R46 if it was on different lines. People see an R46A and they don't stop to record it unless they really like the R46As. They want more trains like the R46. I have a very few friends that dislike the R46 is because they're on only the 8th Avenue line and somewhat the Broadway line. If MTA puts the R46 on more lines before it gets replaced by the R211s, our people will be paying attention to the R46 and the R40. And like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, the R46 will be the most popular train on 6. It doesn't matter if it's 6th Avenue, Broadway, Nassau, 8th Avenue. Doesn't matter of those. Like people want to see an old J trains, like an R42, for example. People love the R42 J train until the R179s replaced it along with the R32s. See, the thing about the R42s, right, it was on a J line. You can sometimes catch it on the A, right? But now that the R32s and R42s are no longer with us, people are just stuck with R143 J trains somewhat, R160 J trains, and R179s. It's basically like they're seeing the same thing over and over again, and people want something different. People want something like something new. My bad for saying people, I mean like fan rail people. But they want to see an R46J train that will hype everybody up, or most likely R46Z train. This thing where they would send out an R46D train late nights along with an R179. Honestly, I think that yes, people will love to see R179D trains, R46D trains instead of the lame old R68. But honestly, I think that the D train I think it should have a service, like more models instead of just the R68. But I think the D train's like well known, like, alright, so this is how I put it. The D train's one of the trains that the D train is like in the group of trains that people fan rail. So basically, everything's fine with the D train. People got hyped to see an R211 D train. That's what I heard. That's what I heard from my friend. People don't like the R46 as much as they used to, is because they're on the same line, and people want to see like something rare. People want to see, like, for an example, R46 M train or R46 E train or R46 Franklin Avenue shuttle at fact. Like, so basically people will pay more attention. People will pay more attention to the R46 if it wasn't just on the A, C, N, Q, and R line. Yes, we know the A and C has R211s and R179s, but people already got hyped with that. People still recording it, and people are still hyped about it, but they will even be more hyped if they see an in-service R46J train, or a wrapped R46, or like an R46E train. E trains only use R160 and R160 Siemens. The whole time, you could never catch an R46E train, R211, R179, definitely not an R143. But I don't know if anybody else agrees with this, but sometimes I get tired of fan railing the E train because I just see the same models all over again. And frankly, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of sad to see the R46 F train go, because now all we have is R160 Simons, which people got very happy about when they first came out, and R160s. But one R46 train I did not like was the R46G train, because at the time R160G trains were already running along with the R68s, A's, and regular R68s. Yeah, that's my opinion about the R46 and how it can get more popularity on its route. If you guys disagree with me, let me know down below in the comments. And yeah.